Greetings, everyone. I'm Pete Pardo from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to pick number 30 of my favorite concept albums of all time. That's what we're doing. We're counting down our favorite albums that have a recurring theme or concept or storyline throughout the entire album. Counting down from number 31, which was yesterday, going to go all the way to number one. Now, remember, has to have the same theme throughout the whole album. I've already seen some of you pick like 2112 by Rush. That's not a concept album. Yes, there is the title track, which is one long big storyline piece, but the rest of the album has nothing to do with that. So 2112 does not really count. But there are a lot of great ones that do have a whole story that goes throughout the entire album, or like I said, a theme that runs through all of the tracks on an album. I am recording, just so you guys know, my laptop shit the bed the other day. After 11 years. It served me well. MacBook Air, right? So I got another Air. I'm having all sorts of difficulty getting my Logitech HD camera to work correctly with this laptop, the new one. So what's happening is when I record in QuickTime, which I've used for years, or when I record using the photo booth, which is the built-in kind of, both of them are built in with Macs. My Logitech camera, you keep getting these flashing lights or glitches, or there's a certain terminology for it. I forget what it's called. I can't figure out how to get rid of it. I've already upgraded the software for the camera. I've done like a million different things, and I still keep getting these flashing lights, glitches, and the picture quality just doesn't look great no matter what I do. So I don't know. Maybe I just need to get a different camera for this machine, or maybe I don't know. And I shouldn't have to because this camera is new. It's one of their newer models. It supposedly works with everything. I don't understand why I'm getting a constant flashing light thing. So I noticed when we did Hudson Valley Squares last night, I recorded in Zoom, and it seems to be fine. I don't get any of that stuff recording through Zoom. It seems to look pretty good. I'm hoping the picture quality looks great. It's a little soft, trying to get it crisper, and that could be because of the lighting. It's early in the morning. It's pretty dark out and stuff. So I don't know. So I'm going to be monkeying around with this over the next like week or so, just trying to figure out what the best solution here is to get back to the normal HD picture quality that we generally have. But so it's a work in progress. Anyway, back to my pick for today. So this album was released on April 22nd, 1997, recorded at the Carriage House Studios in Stamford, Connecticut, produced by Terry Brown for Metal Blade Records. I'm talking about the eighth studio album by progressive metal titans. Fate's Warning, A Pleasant Shade of Gray. So those of you not familiar with this is the album that they released. It's basically all one song, broken into movements, right? So it's all about this whole idea, pleasant shade of gray. What is a pleasant shade of gray? It's that kind of middle ground between black and white. The theme throughout the whole album is kind of looking at how most people see things in black and white terms, right? See things in good and bad, see things and it's either one way or the other, and there's no middle ground. So this whole album is about kind of going through life and knowing that there are things in between, and there are ways to live and ways to believe, and it's not all one way or the other. I think we could learn how to do that in modern times, right? It's very, very relevant today. And that's the central theme that goes throughout the entire album. And like I said, this is a single song divided into 12 tracks, 12 parts, just basically called parts 1 through 12. And the whole thing is 53 minutes long. So this is kind of like their Thick as a Brick, pretty much, or their Passion Play, or their Snow Goose, right? So this album features, of course, Ray Alder on vocals, Jim Mathios on guitar, Mark Zonder on drums, Joey Vera on bass, who basically, I believe, joined for this album. Kevin Moore featured on keyboards. Did not become a regular part of the band, but he was featured on this album. And helping out with the pre-production, got some names here that are familiar, should be very familiar with the people who know a lot about the history of Metal Blade. Bill Metoyer, Eddie Schreier, Andy Katz, all worked in the production and the mastering and pre-production of this album. And then, of course, the photography and the imagery of the album was done by the late great Johannes, who I became friends with over the years. Sad to see him to leave us not that long ago. So yeah, I remember when this first came out to me, because this followed a couple of albums that I think saw Fates Warning, maybe mainstreaming up their music a little bit, but on this album, absolutely not that at all. This is a very dense, very dark album, and just something completely different. Maybe a lot of people call this their most progressive album, you know. And this was their first album without their classic bass player, Joe DiBiase, another friend. Joe, what's going on if you're watching? I know you are. Um, I know you did not appear on this particular album, but your work in this band, duly noted and legendary. So I'm a huge fan of all those early Fates Warning albums leading up to this, and Joe, such an integral part of all those albums. Anyway, moving on to the album. So yeah, multi-parts. Uh, this goes through many different twists and turns throughout, and great vocals from Ray Alder on this. This is a masterclass uh, in kind of progressive metal singing from Ray, in that there are so many different mood changes throughout the album. You got the heavy songs, you got the more atmospheric songs, you got stuff that borders on kind of like electronic and classical, uh, and every step of the way, his vocals take on a different tone, I think, which really helps. There's some killer guitars on here. This is one of those albums where, you only have Jim playing guitar on the entire album. Many Fates Warning albums, most of them actually have two guitar players. So kind of cool to hear Jim doing all of the riffs, doing all the solos. And this is not a big album for solos and things like that. This is all about moods and textures, but it works really well. And this is one of those records, obviously, that you have to kind of sit down and listen to the whole thing, start to finish. This is not, let's pick out our best tracks here, even though, there are some pieces that are really good. Like for me, I love like part three. Part three is amazing. Part six is killer. All right. But it flows really nicely, and it's just a really enjoyable album. So yeah, that's my pick for today. A pleasant shade of gray. Remember, there are always shades of gray in between the black and the white. Right? That's the way it goes. That's the theme here. So let us know what you think of A Pleasant Shade of Gray from Fates Warning down in the comments below, as well as your pick for today. Like I said, bear with me on the camera stuff. I know it's probably not as crisp as you used to see me. So how does that look? All right, so I need a little bit extra light. So I'm working on it, but I really want to get back to using QuickTime because I've always loved the QuickTime presentation and the way it looks, but I can't use it if we're going to constantly get these flickers and, flashes and glitches that just keep coming up. I don't know why it's doing it. Everything is updated, so I'm not really sure what the deal is, but I will continue to investigate. And like I said, if I have to just invest in a new camera, which I don't really shouldn't need to do because this is a new camera. I've only had it for not even 2 years. But we'll see. We'll see. So anyway, thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow for another one. Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell so you get alerted of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also down below, we got the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, our merch page, our Cameo page, and the Sea of Tranquility membership options. They're all down below as I'm messing around with the color tones and brightness, contrast, and things like that, trying to get it to look. Anyway, all the links down below. Thanks for all your support, folks. Greatly appreciate it. We'll see you soon here with more stuff. I should have Dark Angel ranking the albums for you tonight. Over the next couple days, if not by the weekend, you'll have the next episode of New Wave of Traditional Heavy Metal with Rich Catino and myself, and all sorts of other stuff happening. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned. I am Pete Pardo. Bye bye.